Today we're installing a TS Performance MP8 on a 2010 Dodge 6.7 liter. Part number on this is a 1110304. Now this is a really easy module to install. This module actually gave us 100 horsepower through wheels. That's exactly what the manufacturer claimed. We gained about 1 mile per gallon loaded and 1 mile per gallon unloaded with the module. Had great throttle response. Again, it's really easy to install. We're going to get set up under the hood here and show you the one connection that this MP8 has, which is a little bit different from the other MP8s we've done. Usually on the MP8 you've got a map sensor connector and then the fuel rail pressure connector on the common rails. Now this one doesn't have that. This one actually only has the fuel rail pressure sensor connection, and it is non-switchable. So we're going to get set up here and show you where the fuel rail pressure sensor is on the 6.7. This is the TS 1110304 before we get ready to install it on the truck. Now this is just a one connection module. It connects up at the fuel rail pressure sensor. You've got a male side and a female side. Male side will actually go back into the fuel rail pressure sensor. The female side will be what you hook the stock harness into. Now this is a non-switchable module. So there's no switches or anything to run inside the cab. So that's just a quick look at the module before we get started with our install. Okay, now as we were explaining to you in the beginning of the video here, this is a one connection module, and it connects at the fuel rail pressure sensor, and here it is zoomed in. Okay, now this sensor is a little bit difficult to get to. What we did on the truck is we actually removed the front shroud off of the engine, the top shroud, 4 metric 8 bolts that hold it on. We got it out of the way, and that gave us a real clear shot to be able to see the fuel rail pressure sensor. Now to get to it, it's at the back of the fuel rail, and I'm going to try to zoom out here and give you an idea of what you're up against. Where you see the fuel lines coming out, that is the fuel lines are attached to, that is actually the fuel rail. Now again, the sensor is right there on the back of it. So to hook the MP8 up, what you would do is you would simply unhook the stock Cummins wiring harness and then hook it right into the MP8's wiring harness, and then the MP8 to the rail. Now that is as simple a connection as you're going to get. It's just the fact that the connection is a little bit difficult for you to get to. Now, as we told you, this is a non-switchable module, so all we did was mount it out here in the engine compartment, mounted it and tucked everything out of the way. No switches to run inside the cab, 100 horsepower, maybe 10 minutes to install it. So that's the install of your 1110304 TS MP8 for 6.7.